discovery against Islam is not intended to insult or hurt the feelings of Muslims, but my purpose is to show the truth and save Muslims from a false religion. Simon Wilder, quoting Walt Whitman, Song of Myself, you shall no longer take things at second or third hand, not look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectres in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourself. Movie with honors. Just when you think you know something, you have to look at in another way, even though it may seem silly or wrong. You must try. Now, we all have a great need for acceptance, but you must trust that your beliefs are unique, your own, even though others may think them odd or unpopular, even though the herd may go, that's bad. Robert Frost said, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. This is a battle, a war, and the casualties could be your hearts and souls. Simon Wilder, you asked the question, sir. Now let me answer it. The beauty of the Constitution is that it can always be changed. The beauty of the Constitution is that it makes no set law other than the faith and the wisdom of ordinary people to govern themselves. Movie with honors. Break free from Islam and religious beliefs, listening to your heart and shining bright. Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra Jawad. So I've come here because I wanted to bring this life from my previous live stream forward here, as the title was that my enemy is on Sahil by YouTube channel live stream. Um, we'll be actually what I was talking about was religion, because someone there had come to ask me if I knew about the numerical miracles in the Quran. And so, listening to my live stream today, I realized that I should bring it forward, continue it here. The the other part on religion in my live stream yesterday or last night. So I'm going to take you to what I stumbled upon. I mean, I remembered is this ayat. So now a little bit understanding from my side why even the Muslims cannot get it or did not get it earlier. Just trying to remove the purple thing. Wherever it's in Surah Nisa, 78. You might want to watch my live stream to see how I came to this verse, this part of the verse of Surah Nisa 78. So, what is the matter with those people that they can hardly understand any statement or a word statement, yeah, to be precise, Sahih International Translation of this Quran ayat. Because, I've been going round and round in circles. I hope I'm making people understand why I left Islam and why, it is important to know the truth and for justice's sake and not to kill people. It's academic, and to learn to be academic in religious matters also, where, it's required to study religion, and then even when you have to
expose the hypocrites, the unjust tyrants, false liars, false prophets, and things like that, right? So, this is why I'm doing this here again and again. Um, because in Islam, we were not allowed to publish anything if we learned from a Quran ayat, let's say, like I did, sorry, I don't understand Surah Azab ayat 37. Can you please explain that to me? What is in this that is the wisdom of God, where we or Rasulullah that we don't understand? And my father like had failed to explain it to me. So the wisdom, I didn't find any wisdom in that, but contradictions. He's telling Zed on one side and all, but if you do this, and then if you go public about it, now that we have social media and all, or tell someone that I'm having doubts about my religion, or have an honest heart-to-heart talk about this religion, that I is this prophet true? Like even saying it like this would could put you in hot waters, and you could be under blasphemous laws. Hostach Rasul, that is to disrespect and dishonor Rasulullah. However, in my Shia Islam, I thought that we were at first supposed to do our own research, ask Maulana religious scholars, and study, and then through evidence reach, I mean, to become a Shia, to accept this Shia Islam through evidence. So after a research, study, and all this, and then through our own research, but you can ask the religious scholars or go to or wherever in a Islamic Shia school, college, university, like that, and then come to then embrace this religion wholeheartedly, so that we were allowed. That's what I thought, but not blindly following this religion because Allah said so and because the Quran has come. It's very superficial like that. So, my opinion I've given now here, if it matters. But just see that if my opinion is justified, not just because it's my opinion, but because it has some truth in it or justice in it. So again, here we have a very okay. I said that in the earlier live stream that if even reason why I'm not going into Quranic numerical miracles or even the scientific side, because as a common person, I don't know at all. What do I know about science and how much I've studied science in school? It won't help me. And then going to medical doctors about medical verses in the Quran, like birth and the before birth, the stages of the baby being in the mother's stomach. So you don't have to be a medical doctor and all this. This is very simple thing. So as I grew up, and then I was looking, and recently now finding in Surah Azab verse, taking the Surah Azab verse 6, that the wives of Prophet Muhammad are your mothers, a faithful Muslim believers' mothers. And then I also found uh, in Surah Mujadila verse 2, those who pronounce that their mothers are none but those who gave birth to them. So this talks about the divorce of the pre-Islamic time. And but then he says, if you amend your ways, then Allah is forgiving, pardoning. But their mothers are none but those who gave birth to them. This part I found now, it's very direct verse. And indeed, so now on this also, and indeed they are saying an objectionable statement, and a falsehood, a lie. So please, keeping our sensitive, uh, what do you call it, things aside, what we are sensitive about, and the Islamic laws aside, because before the Islamic laws, we have to find out whether Prophet Muhammad was a true prophet or not, or if evidence exists beyond reasonable doubt. So here, thank God, I found this very direct verse in Mujadila, and comparing it with the Surah Azab verse 6, that his wives, Prophet Muhammad's wives, are their mothers. So even if you say something with your mouth, it is objectionable statement. Sai International put it this way. Yusuf Ali put it another way: inequitous and false. Inequitous, right? So you know what the meaning of inequitous is. It's like inequitable. It's a word, or what you say is inequitous. This is the first time I've come across this word. I don't use it also. Grossly unfair, morally wrong. Grossly unfair, morally wrong. So let's see. I've seen what the Quran word is of Surah Mujadila, verse 2. So remember, we are here for justice and truth also, and to expose a false prophet, so that you don't lose out. Because Al Imran, I found a verse saying that on the day of judgment, God will not speak to you and turn his face away from you. Sorry, I can't remember the number of the ayat. Those among you, oh no, I have to go to Quran.com. So let's see the exact Arabic word used, and what is the word here for it in this later part of the ayat. And indeed a lie. Word, قالوا, yani قولي, word of an evil again, right? So I've done this again and again, and I keep doing it again and again. An evil word. So God says here, it's an evil word. None are your mothers, so don't call them mothers on this. Not because they're wives, so that in addition to that also, but that calling none are your mother. So this means calling anyone. Could this mean calling anyone your mother who is not your mother is an evil thing? So let's read the ayat again. God, I'm sorry, I'm having. Um, so just to be very very sure about this, so you have no doubt whatsoever, right? Those who pronounce zihar among you from their wives to their wives, not they are their mothers, not their mothers are. So is it because you call the wives as zihar, or is it because, or you, is it also because they are not your mothers, and not to call anyone else your mothers? It would be evil. It would be an evil thing. The Muslims would say no in a chorus, unanimously, because they'll take me to Surah Azab ayat 6. However, can you also see that their mothers are none but those who gave birth to them? So, what is evil? And indeed, they are saying an objectionable statement and a falsehood. Okay. So, even calling them mothers is not right, but you would say here the problem is, the condition is that they're calling at the time of divorce, while divorcing them, they're calling them mothers, calling their wives. The husbands are calling their wives mothers. So this is what you are commanded to do. Those of you who say such a thing to their wives, then go back on what they have said. Then go back on what they have said. Must free a slave before the couple may touch one another again. This is what is commanded. So yeah, there's a slight this thing, right? Because God has made prophets' wives what? Mothers of the believers. So you could say here that what you're saying doesn't apply because God has himself said that Prophet Muhammad's wives are the believers' mothers. So calling the word you use is so is it a full statement regarding zihar, regarding the wife you use against the wife, or is it that you can never call someone else your mother who is not your mother? There could be various opinions. We don't know. There are always these one or two different opinions in Islam amongst the religious scholars, you know. So, not clear. And he does not find then a fast for two. Oh God, yeah, don't. Because you see, we have a case here that now bringing the Zaid in and Zainab and Josh. What happens is Zaid, Zainab and Josh, after the divorce, becomes Zaid's mother, right? Because, right, Ummul Mumineen becomes Zaid's mother, and she was his wife. Problem is this. So, in a roundabout manner, Prophet Muhammad's Allah has made uh, Zaid call Zainab bin Josh, Zaid's mother, Ummul Mumineen, roundabout manner. So should he not be giving it this? You see, even like at the divorce time, when you're divorcing, you shouldn't call them mothers. So after divorce, how can Zainab bin Josh become the mother of the faithful Zaid also? Have you ever considered that? Now, here, at the moment of divorce, they just call them, their mothers. These pagan Arabs, stupid, they were told. Oh, in the commentaries, sorry, I had to, just a slip of tongue, blurting out things. So then, sorry, I'm getting a little thirsty here, so going for some juice. Uh, so Zed Zed has to call Zainab and Josh, right? Then now that's after the divorce. As long as Zed and Zainab and Josh are alive, Zaid will always be calling Zainab bin Josh, bint Josh, you know, Ummul Mumineen, addressing her as Ummul Mumineen. This is where the problem comes, and how stupid can we be? Did you ever think of this, but maybe you didn't say anything because you're too scared? Muslims will catch your throats for this. How dare you dishonor? Say these things. Right in Karachi. Probably they'll come to shoot you. Ustakh Rasul, dishonoring Rasulullah. And so, you see, even for the Shias, like I went to Anita Rai, Essential Women or Woman, a book written by Anita Rai, a Hindu, and in London. She was in London, and she wrote this book on Bibi Zainab, Zainab bint Ali, daughter of Ali, Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law, cousin and son-in-law. So I went there because you see, we say that Yazid was what? How has she put it? So I went in my previous live stream there. Now, any which way they will come. Muhammad has killed, not, no, sorry. He's made people fight and all this. I could see from Ali Imran verses now, and even Surah Ashar and other verses. Uh, you know, Surah Tawbah verses. So, moreover, he's evacuated people from their hometowns. And what he's done is made struck terror in their hearts. Surah Ashar ayat 2. I mean, Allah, he says Allah has done it so that they broke their own houses. Like, let's suppose an earthquake is coming. You're supposed to move out of your house. But you know, such terror was put in their hearts just because they opposed Allah and the Messenger. And he's been trying for, like with the Makkans, to forget, you know, because in Ali Imran verse 76 or 160, no, sorry, 167. Why? At least defend yourself. At least defend yourselves. Meaning, if if not for the cause of Allah, fight to defend yourselves. So his own Sahabas, you know, or someone from Makkah, like his Makkan Sahabas, to fight the Madinans. Or Uhud. Uhud was against the polytheists. Okay, so I really don't get it now. I'm kind of still confused. And so I think he's made the Makkans fight the Madinans too. And the Makkans he disabled somehow. Because in Surah Hashar we're told that, you know, they couldn't help, no one could help these Jews. Come and help them. Terror stricken, perhaps so scared. So if God can do this, they would be in their houses, like that, you know, they could die in their houses, heart attacks and all this. But they broke their own houses and migration happened, right? And so I got this a picture. So a little bit jumping here and there, sorry. The thing is that the tongue of truth came. Tongue of truth, I was reminded of this expression in the Quran, and I was searching for it. I found it in Ash-Shu'ara, verse 83, I think, or 84, grant me. I think 84. And then multilingual Quran, I searched, Akapuya or Ali commentary sent me here. Mentioned too in the Quran the story of Ishmael. So what happened is Bibi Maryam, tongue of truth. Footnote. So under Maryam, Surah Maryam, ayat 50, we find that why this would happen to the prophets. We gave them, why God gave them of our mercy, and we made them a mention of high honor. Footnote. This is to give comfort to the migrants who had been forced to migrate from their homes. So here we are told the policy is at the time of Hazrat Abraham. I feel like this is to give comfort to the migrants who had been forced to migrate from their homes. They were told that they would be honored and blessed with the true renown, just as Prophet Abraham. Just as Prophet Abraham had been blessed with true renown after his migration. This is to give comfort to the migrants. Okay? Can you see this? So if you know, so it's okay for the Muslims, believers in one God, to have this honor, but the Sunni, anyways, this is not enough. This is not enough. This is from the Sunni side. For the Shias, I wonder what would be enough. And we gave them of our mercy, our mercy. Isn't this like partnership, a shirk? Yani, you see, Allah has bestowed them with His our mercy. Like, so they have the mercy of Allah here, down here. So what's the difference between also that point? Policy is making partners, and our forefathers believed in it. Abraham answered. Here, when Abraham questions his father or uncle Azar, "Oh, my father, serve not Satan." I think Satan got to the believers of this, the Muslim believers. "Oh, my father, to me hath come knowledge which hath not reached thee. So follow me. I will guide thee to a way that is even." Okay, how could it not reach his father and reach him? Is the father very proud? He's been worshipping idols. They believe in God. Behold, he said to his father, "O my father, why worship that which heareth not?" So this is Surah Maryam, sorry, huh? Surah Maryam ayahs I'm reading out, 42 now. I'm on the verse 42. Mentioned when he said to his father, "O my father, why do you worship that which does not hear and does not see and will not benefit you at all? So why are you going to the house of Allah, Kaaba? Huh? Allah महदूद तो नहीं है. It's not limited to a house. Of course, you'll have all these points come uh, thrown at me. But please, here we are going to drop our ego, our cleverness, our thing to defend my religion. I'm a Sunni, so I'm going to defend my religion against the Shia. And even if it has to be, I will kill them. Even if what needs to be done. I need to save my religion. ये shirk करते हैं, unforgivable है. This is, I just can't take it anymore. हाँ? कलमा तो पढ़ते हैं, अली का नाम क्यों ऐड करते हैं? शिया काफिर है, मार डाला इनका. Huh? If you come to that stage ever. And you might, we never know. Huh? You may think, oh, no, I as a Sunni will never do this. But you never know when this shaitan creeps into you. His shaitan. What he's done, you can't see the other. You are like, this is what I was telling myself, that are you going to cry for Sakina and then slap your sister and not look at her as Sakina? Huh? And be very strict with her. But now you'll go to Bibi Sakina's majlis, 13th Safar. You're going to cry for your Bibi Sakina. अल्लाह बच्ची को पे इतना अजाब, चांटा लगा. She was slapped. वो निशान आज तक मिलते हैं. Someone told me that in Damascus, this person had a dream. Sakina was telling him, please open my grave. So he was like, what? Dig her grave? Second time he had the dream and all this. Then he went and then he dug her grave, and then he found that she's still like, she's got flesh on, like the Christian nun, some Christian nun had her, is preserved, her body is preserved. So Bibi Sakina's body was preserved, and there was like on the cheek, there was this red mark, one of the cheeks, on one of her cheeks, right? So I heard this. Anyways, I cannot say much. So this is, like we cry, we have such a thing for Hussein. And sometimes I wondered why. Even like, even criminals, when बस हुसैन का नाम आएगा, शिया के दिल रोएंगे, आंसू निकलेंगे, tears will come out of their eyes, their hearts are crying. Hussein's name comes up. Even criminals cry. So we were told Mawiya cried, in Najul Balagha, I think. In the end, he did cry. And Yazid told her, there's a Marsiya from that Marsiya. So these are like Bashir, from Bashir, the helper of the Ahlul Bayt at that time. These stories have been coming to us from our Imams and Bibi Zainab and their Sahabas, their Ashabs. So Yazid wanted Imam Sajjad, Imam Zain al-Abidin, to give him something that would, make him, make Allah forgive him. And so Imam Sajjad gave him a prayer to pray after namaz. And so 5 times obligatory prayers. Every time he would pray, every time he'd go to namaz, he would want to pray this dua. What would happen is to ask forgiveness from Allah for what he did in Karbala, what he got done. He was in Damascus himself. So what would happen is he would get epilepsy and faint and all this, and never did Allah accept his prayer. That means of forgiveness. So it's in Sindhi. I cannot. The Marcia is in Sindhi. Dirge or what? How do you call it? Or what do you say in English? Marcia. So you see, Anita Rai has written such a good thing about Zainab Ali, bint Ali, mentioned when he said to his father, "Oh, my father, why do you worship that which does not hear?" Okay, I'm cutting myself short now, and does not see and will not benefit you at all. Surah Maryam ayat 42 and now 43. Oh, my father, indeed there has come to me of knowledge that which has not come to you. So follow me. I will guide you to an even path. Okay, Abraham. Oh, my father. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, my father, do not worship Satan. Indeed, Satan has ever been to the most merciful. Maybe he's worshipping the true God through these idols, and you are the one worshipping Satan. That's why I rebelled against the Lord of mercy. And oh, my father, what a joke, really. Because now I have to call it a joke because there, I mean, Shaitan, that poor Adam, right? And God is waiting. God doesn't know that Satan has sneaked into the garden and is going to now burglau, you know, misguide, seduce this guy, Adam. This, right? His father said, "Have you no desire for my gods, O Abraham?" Hmm? No, Abraham, his father answered, "Abraham, do you reject my gods? I will stone you if you do not stop this. Keep out of my way." Okay, so we're told that they used to stone these people. Abraham said, "Peace will be upon you." So Abraham is even better. Abraham is much better than Muhammad. I will leave you those you invoke other than Allah and will invoke my Lord. I expect that I will not be in invocation to my Lord unhappy. So when he had left them and those they worshipped other than Allah, we gave him Isaac, as if he doesn't give policies. Like, of course, but now they're going, we made a prophet. Each of them we made prophets. So what's the difference between prophets and gurus? That to one Allah has accepted, to another Allah has not accepted through, because they make idols of their prophets or avatars and they say God and them are one. Shri Krishna is God. And we gave them of our mercy and we made for them a mention of high honor, lisan, yani on the tongue of the truthful. So footnote, this is to give comfort to the migrants, lofty renown. So they got a really good honorable, honor, tongue of the truth. Now, anyone truthful will be, what will they be doing? Praising them, praising God or praising them. So then, Surah also does note this, right? Surah Fatah, sorry, you are all wrong. How come you all did not see this? Compare these, the tongue of honor, tongue of truth, sorry, and meaning we will raise their, an alien, high, raise their reputation, name, fame. I'm gonna live forever. So look, sorry about that this song, but I sometimes go funny. I hope you understand what I've been through, and I'm not saying others have not been through even worse things, but I'm just not comparing myself to others. Have you ever in your childhood, not compared yourself, like, what did my friend get? Grades in school? What did my best friend get? What did you, because we haven't been like this. And competition, no competition. My mother used to feel very happy. She didn't have her husband with her at times, and most of the time, like that. He was a traveler, businessman. And so she used to be very happy to see happy couples, even her friends. Right at one time, she was like this in London, I remember her. And so, no jealousy, no ego that this is my religion and how dare she say against my religion. Or so you can, kind of cover that up and just to make your ego feel good. शैतान ऐसा ही करवाता है. It's a very, very dangerous thing. So I'm not, thank God for, because of my mother, I got this in Virsa, meaning inheritance. And my mother's aunts, one of them, two of them actually, but one was single, the other had children, and no, three of them. Very good aunts, and we never compared ourselves to, oh, he's making so much, so I'm going to have a competition with this man in business or corporate law, this law, that corporation. Or the thing with us was that even in religious matters, God knows best, because if He's decided to give my aunt, make my aunt a saint, she must deserve it, right? So not to feel jealous or fight with God on that, not on that. Fighting with God for people suffering and you know being snatched away and hearts being broken, and for the treachery in this world, for the dishonesty and all this. Not because He's given someone so much and us less. In even spiritual matters, or a position, high position in spiritual matters. So that we used to say that no, they deserve it, so we cannot say anything here. They must, because God has given them. So this way, and now, uh, so these kind of religious people who come and try to bar us, it will not work, because I'm after the truth, and then I'm not scared of you. Okay, you people, I'm not scared of. So please, let's leave our egos behind, and also prejudices and my religion. And that's why, I have to defend my religion, because it's my religion. I have to defend Prophet Muhammad. And then there are some of you, like we have known this, that Mawiya used to abuse Imam Ali, but and that Umar bin Khattab enjoyed Bi Fatma Zahra, but we don't go killing those following Umar bin Khattab as the second caliph. We can, if they come to us and ask us, why you don't like Umar bin Khattab, we can tell them that in history this has happened, and so that's why. This was our Shia way. Anything else? So this is why this simple thing we can't get, and we say excuses here, and indeed even the Shias, eminent religious scholars, and indeed they are saying an objectionable statement. Oh no, this is because of this. Then, okay, let me give you. And then you know what has happened? It is you. It is we ourselves. I mean, I would tell myself as a Shia. So, what is the matter with those people that they can hardly understand any statement? You know, like Jiddu Krishnamurti asking Westerners, hi, really, not, I mean, not religion, what do you call them? Lawyers were there, professional, people were there of a high position. See, he's asking you what is fear. How many people could uh, reply to him? He's saying, my good God, participate, question the speaker, what he's saying. Like, you know, we don't, we're giving the result of fear, we're giving the what effects of fear, but we don't know what fear is. We don't know what fear is. So, like I was joking in Holborn College. My friend had like some. I didn't take that commercial law or something. Okay, and my friend had commercial law. So I went sneaking in before the lecturer came into the class, a big class, and I started to write on the board, blackboard. What is commercial law? Right? And and then when thank God there were two doors to the classroom, right? It was like a stadium classroom. So when the teacher came, I tried to sneak out from the other door, and he looked and he was like cool about it, laughing. What is commercial law? What is fear? What is the matter with you people? You don't understand a single fact. This is a problem. This is a big tragedy, also. And you've gone into, you see, you don't understand. What is Islam? And then what is the spirit? The spirit's knowledge we have given you but little. And then we say, Alhamdulillah, because, God knows best. So the God, the creator, our creator, if he has given us, then, oh, and then you're going to say it like this. No, 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 sorry. Because here, sorry, Surah Maryam again. Abraham says that God has given me knowledge. Where is it? I had Abraham tells his father, so when he had left, with odd numbers, I keep forgetting, so I don't even remember them anymore. I've given up on that. He, the father said, do you reject my gods, O Abraham? If you stop now, I'll stone you to death. Okay, let's see. Oh, my father. So did his father, was Abraham stoned to death? We were told that Nimrud wanted to burn him and that ignited such a big fire, but God saved him. We said, fire, be cool. O my father, verily a fearless to torment, become a companion of Shaitan. Sorry, O my father, worship not just Satan. So are you completely free, Muslims, of Satan? Or do you have to keep saying, Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim? Or Auzubillahi, how do the Sunnis say it? I add one more. O my father, verily there has come to me of the knowledge that which came not unto you. Okay, so Abraham, please give us the knowledge, right? When he said to his father, "Oh, my father, why do you worship that which hears not, sees not, and cannot avail you in anything, cannot even save you in anything, profit you?" Oh, this could be a long debate on this. Like then philosophies come in. Nowadays, Platonism, Socrates, uh, God knows, and even Aristotle may come in, the unmovable mover, and the Muslims can have a debate on this with me. With me? I mean, I'm just kidding, right? Because, my head was broken from childhood, damaged. And I'm not good at languages or lisan, tongue. Mentioned the story of Abraham. He was a man of truth, a prophet. Uh, mentioned when he said to his father, so okay, God unseen, and so, oh, Kaaba. But why have you put God in the house? Does Allah say this is my house? So, and Surah Takwir. No, so why do you need the house of Allah? Is it mentioned? House of Allah in the Quran ayat. So what Ismail and Abraham made, you made it into a house of Allah, but you don't allow idols inside? Because he's going to worship one Allah unseen. He's told you to worship this. So in other words, and this ayat, and mention of Muhammad when we designated for Abraham the site of the house, saying, do not associate anything with me and purify my house. Allah calls it his house. Yes, so then, in other words, the house of Allah. And for those who perform tawaf, and those who stand in prayer, and those who bow and prostrate. Ascribe thou no thing, but nothing. No, ascribe thou. Read. See, we have not learned. We are because this man, he was, you know, shuddering evil. Do not associate with me aught and purify nothing. You mean to say do not associate with Allah anything? Then house is a thing made of bricks. It's right in front of you here. Where's it? It's here, right? But all Muslims know house of Allah. And remember when we showed Abraham the site of the sacred house? The Kaaba at Makkah, saying associate not anything in worship with me. Oh, you mean there's the house of Allah, but you do not associate. Now I'm kind of going into satanic confusion, as say Satan. Yeah, isn't it? Wait, what is this going on? House of Allah, and do not associate anything with me. My house, and sanctify my house for those who circumambulate it, and those who stand up for prayer. Excuse me, in worship. Do not associate. Here he puts, how does he put it here? Oh, wait, I could be very near to. this Quran has crumbled down. I mean, Islam has crumbled down. Uh, do not associate anything with me in worship, or just with me. And then what's this Surah Arafat? Can I say we have been dumbfounded? Huh? And then what's this? This part of Surah Arafat 33. And that you associate with Allah that for which He has not sent down authority. So, as a Shia, if I was still a Shia, I could be using this to say, stop killing Shias, stop hating Shias. Huh? Stop harassing them, going to them and saying, why do you say Ya Ali Madad and Ya Abbas and Ya Zainab and Ya Sajjad? I mean, how are you going to address Rasulullah? You would want to sometimes, Ya Rasulullah, Sallallahu. And there's also a personal kind of a thing. You would want to meet him. Do you say, so why do you say Ya Rasulullah? It's, O Prophet, O Messenger of Allah. It's actually, O Messenger of Allah. If you say, Ya Muhammad Mustafa, huh? But you won't say that. But Allah and the angels are sending, you think he's dead? Do you think it was for that time Allah and his angels were sending blessings? And so Muslims, future, past, present, future, he's not dead. He mercy sent down. Do you think he's dead? Yeah, Habib. And don't tell me some of you Muslims don't have knots. I'll show you one. So none of the Shias come to you and say, Ya Habib Allah, Ya Habib Allah, Meher Zain. And then when Shia say, Ya Ali Madad, you go questioning them like they're doing shirk, unforgivable. Why do you call any other than Allah? Why do you call any other than Allah? What's this? And there's a one of Iranian origin, An-Nabi, An-Nabi. Okay, there it's An-Nabi, but Ya Rasulullah, Ya Habib Allah. Meher Zain, I don't think he's Shia. Ya Nabis, Ya Nabi, Salam Alaikum. Huh? So the friends, if Surah Mehda, what you have missed? Acha, abhi mera wo Shia aa gaya. Hello, Shia, Zara. No, no, you are not in thing with the Sunni Muslims, respected. Brothers and sisters, why you want to fight? Come under one umbrella. What is the matter with you people? You don't understand a single fact. Now, how many times am I going to do this? Until I'm sure that it will get to you too. And you understand it completely, and no one is harassed for what the religion they follow. And if they feel that this religion. Let's say I feel that Christian Bible is very, very dangerous, or Jew Bible. I will go to the Jews and I will talk to them. I will upload the video here, invite Jews, come here, please, Jews. This is very, very dangerous. What are you writing? This, that. And where is the right for those poor women? Right? I will do a separate thing on for the Jews. I say, please look at this. So what is, because Jiddu Krishnamurti was there in America. So what is the matter with those people that they can hardly understand any statement? One Shia can't, we understand you, Sunnis, but I still want to understand more. So one day I become a Sunni. I tell you, I see Sunni way, why Shia's crying. I go near my mother. She, I, it does sound pathetic. What did it sound to you? Because you see, you not to know why she crying. You are looking at her through the eyes of a Sunni. And then Nadim Sarwar's Noha also come out. That the, from Abu Sufyan's eyes you are looking, or through? Now, I tell you, look through love's eyes, you will see everything. Everything that needs to be seen. So what is now? Now you see, you could use that and say, Zahra, are you not looking through the Abu Sufyan eyes? No, I'm looking through filtered eyes or universal eyes. And combining Quran ayats where it's necessary to show you where the contradictions are. So, wouldn't it be under no circumstance can you call not only for divorce, but anyone your mothers? Since here, the general ayat part here in the ayat is their mothers are none but those who gave birth to them. And indeed, they are saying, so here you will tell me that, oh no, this part, even though here, because you see your translator sometimes, Surah Fat, Ayat 9, two opinions. Okay, but end, they always say glory to Allah, but no, no. Even that means that if you help Muhammad and honor him and respect him, it means that you are glorifying Allah. What the difference? So in some cases, Muhammad is a partner to Allah, his messenger, first of all. Anyhow, you get, I'm not able to say, but no, no, wait a minute. You're going to say it right now. In the name of the true God, say the truth. Universal eyes. And Quran, no, no. Here we need to see through the Quran eyes. The prophet is closer. Okay, no. Oh, I know what wrong I've done. I have not brought out that eye. I didn't put it here at Surah Zawayat. It is mainly a claim with your mouths. What you claim with your mouths. And there's no sin on you if you make a mistake therein. Call them uh, by the call them the adopted sons by the names of their fathers. That is more just with Allah. But if you know not their fathers' names, call them your brothers in faith. Brothers are also like blood. This is weird. Do you see that they're biological brothers, sisters, siblings? So give us something which is not biologically. Because here on one hand you're saying, do not call them. Can someone please figure this out, or you want me to work it out and come to Islam? Excuse me. I still have this congestion, cold kind of a thing. Call them your brothers in faith. In faith. In faith. So now there could be Ummul Mumineen in faith. Ummul. No, no. But thank God I found the Mujadil ayat too. Now we're going again round and round in circles. And there's no way I'm going to believe in a prophet that breaks houses. If he has killed you, given you a hard time, killed, no, if you have killed his Muslims, opposed him, gone after him, and said, look, stop saying bad things about our idols. So the Quran ayat comes, do not revile their gods, lest they in ignorance revile Allah the Almighty. Call them adopted sons. Okay, even brothers in faith. Well put, Allah. Oh, okay, here, very high order Shia is Muslim has joined me, your brothers in faith. But you can't say your sons in faith. Why? And mawalikum, your freed slaves. That's for Z, right? Oh, so you've put a stamp like my. Someone got divorced and said, our society, I feel so shy. I feel so shy going out now since the divorce because the stamp is on me that I'm a divorcee. And our society will never make you forget that. So this is not Mola, Molaikum, or friend. This is your freed slave. Someone says with tafsir, let me. Oh my goodness. So this is with Sunni tafsir. Call them adopted sons. Call them not adopted sons, like i.e. your adopted sons, by the names by their fathers. That is more just with the law. But if you know not their fathers what? Names, call them your brothers in faith. Even brothers are biological. And mawalikum. Okay, it's not maulaikum. It's mawalikum, Zara. It means you're free the slave. Who put this translation? Mohsin Khan. And there is no sin on you if you make a mistake therein. Prophet Muhammad has made a mistake by adopting Zaid, his son, by the pagan idol Arab custom. So, but there's no mistake on you therein, except in what a mistake! Not except in regard to what your hearts deliberately intended. Deliberately intended? And this is not even a Sahaba. So Shias cannot, the Imams cannot fool us. Shias. Proclaim the real parentage. That will be more equitable in the sight of Allah. And if you know not their fathers, then they are your brethren in faith and your clients. Pigtail uses clients. And there's no sin for you in the mistakes that you make unintentionally. See, I have to go round and round in circles. Call your adopted sons Ala Maududi. I know. You know why I choose him? Because he's the greatest. Translate. I know Maududi was against Shias. Huh, that's why I choose him. Call your adopted son. No, I just, because whatever it's not like that, okay? Don't take me seriously in this. But now you take me seriously. Call your adopted sons after their true fathers. That is more equitable in the sight of Allah. But if you do not know, Oh my God. The first reform introduced in connection with the implementation of this command was that Zaid, the adopted son of the Prophet, began to be called Zaid bin Haritha after his real father. Thank God. Instead of Zaid bin Muhammad, Bukhari, Muslim Tirmidhi, and Nasai have related this tradition from Abdullah bin Umar that in the beginning the people called him Zaid bin Muhammad. It's not the people's fault, anyways. After the revelation of this verse, they began calling him Zaid bin Haritha. Moreover, after this revelation, this revelation, it was forbidden that a person should assign his parentage to any other man than his own real father. Forbidden. Haram. This means, according to the Sunni Muslim sources, forbidden parentage, meaning he's not your son. So don't refer to him as a son. This would mean parentage acha, to any other man. In other words, don't call him your son. You know that, Muslims? So I can't call Mrs. Munira Gulzar. I couldn't call my principal mummy. His parentage to any other man than his own real father, Bukhari, Muslim, and Abu Dawud have related on the authority of Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas that the Prophet said, Paradise is forbidden for the one who called himself a son of another person than his own father. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Other traditions bearing on the subject have been related in ahadith, meaning hadiths, many hadiths, which have regarded this as a heinous sin. Can you believe this? Now, what do I do? Okay. That is, even in such a case, it will not be right to ascribe the parentage of a person to someone else. It means 10. It means there's no harm if a person is called a son out of love. Oh, thank God. Likewise, there is no sin if someone calls another one a mother or a daughter or sister or brother, etc., out of affection and regard. Okay, I can call my principal mummy. But if such a thing is said with the intention that the one being called so will be accorded the same status and position and rights and privileges as actually belong to these relations. And you can hypocritically, superficially call someone as चलता है जब तक affection है. Oh, as very superficially, not or not very superficially, but just a little affection. Ah, ma, kiss, my friend's mother, or oh, but if such a thing is said with the intention that one being called so, enjoys the privileges, like I would say, don't call like no, mommy, I'm your moboli, but I cannot enjoy the privilege. I can never take the place of your sons. Your sons are your sons, right? Oh, ho, ho, ho. How do you feel? A little. No. When I was a Shia. No. Right now, how did? But Zed, he made a son like this. Oh, ho, ho. So these Paldeus were better. When they didn't have a son, like the Prophet didn't have a son. So they must have said, okay, why don't you adopt? Anyways, he adopted. We're not told this. I'm just inferring. No, no, I'm just guessworking. It's not even inference. Inference is when you don't have sufficient evidence, you, from the light of what is given here, history and all this. So you have to infer from the evidence remaining or what is there, what is here. So let me see now what this is. So you, so that way it is haram. This way it is okay. Where's the? I'm feeling a lot of thirst. Oh, excuse me. Sorry to keep you waiting on this. And so policies are better. And that is, Allah has forgiven the errors already committed in this regard. No one will be called to account for them. Okay, you can say Allah has forgiven those policies pre-Islamic years. But now since, oh, so he's covered himself very good. You see, he's so Allah has forgiven the errors already committed in this regard. No one will be called to account for them. Oh, ho, ho, ho. But remember, Rasulullah was Rasulullah. Shias from birth. He knew it. And no, but the Sunnis say that perhaps at this time, married to Khadija. So how did he marry? Okay, so everything he did, he married Khadija. He wasn't, no, at the age of 40, it was declared to him. So he went to Khadija's house. But then Khadija was his wife. So all that is forgiven. All that is forgiven. For, I'm looking at it through the Sunni point of view, Sunni sources. Um, so through the Sunni sources, when he made Zaid his son, he was a polytheist. Oh, Prophet Muhammad was an idol worshipper. Now, how? So, this point also taken into account, already committed in this regard. No one will be called to account for them. But Prophet Muhammad, उनको तो वही आ रही थी ना, वही was coming. So, if wahi was coming, am I missing something? Because it's not mentioned that he went to Hazrat Khadija in the Quran ayats. Why is that not mentioned? Because at that time, it doesn't matter before the wahi, where he went, who he asked. So this means, but here, Surah Azab ayat, oh my God, Shaitan has got me so badly. Now and there's no sin on you if you make a mistake therein. So if Rasulullah was a polytheist, then there would be no mistake. But if he were like a Rasulullah, oh, but here definitely was a, now, you see, here you cannot dilly-dally me. Here he's definitely a prophet because God even says, "Oh prophet, why do you prohibit yourself?" Yes, 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 yes. Ooh. Now, what are you both Sunnis and Shias going to tell me? And what I found here, oh prophet, oh, Zahra, now what are you Sunnis and, well, or prophet, but even now they've told you that they are Muslims, Shias or Sunnis. Why? You see, a person who doesn't want to see I'm not trying. Now I'm trying to save the ex-Muslims, right? Because now I'm a little bit angry at the Muslims. Because you will kill me, you will kill the ex-Muslims. I'm thinking of those Muslims, and you would want to trap me into this deception. Ew. And where do we come from? Alhamdulillah, Surah Yasin. Uh, Allah has said, where you come from, you will go there. Right? So where do you come from? You come from Allah and you will go to Allah. Yani, you were a part of Allah? Huh? How will you go to Allah? No, no. Surah Yasin. Okay, before Surah Maida दिखा दो. Because ये बहुत शैतान के पंजे में जकड़े हुए हैं. पता नहीं क्या. Oh, you have believed. Do not, commander, do not prohibit the good things which Allah has made lawful for you. Seeking to please. Oh, where is it? Sorry, no. I was thinking of Surah Tarim. Where am I supposed to go? I was supposed to go somewhere. Shaitan. See, ये तो दिखा दिया, लेकिन where was I supposed to go? शैतान के झकर में तुम लोग आ गए हो. सूर्य तहरीम की आयत तक, O Prophet, why do you forbid yourself? So I went for, now see, I should have gone there. In the middle, you stopped me. Whose fault is it? Sorry, I stopped you. Now where are we? I was going to go somewhere, a very important point, ayat. Oh, now I forgot. So let me see, where was I going to go? Omar, that in the beginning, the people called him Zayd bin Muhammad. Now, so this point also taken into account, already committed in this regard. No one will be called to account for them. But Prophet Muhammad, उनको तो वही आ रही थी ना, वही was coming. So if wahi was coming, am I missing something? Because it's not mentioned that he went to Hazrat Khadija in the Quran ayats. Why is that not mentioned? Because at that time, it doesn't matter before the wahi, where he went, who he asked. Just going through my past to remember. So this means, but here, Surah Ashab ayat. No, no, just a little ahead of. Oh my God, शायद हुए हैं, पता नहीं क्या. Oh, you have believed. Do not command it. Just before this. A person who doesn't want to see. I'm not trying. Now I'm trying to save the ex-Muslims. Right? Because now I'm a little bit angry at the Muslims. Because you will kill me. You will kill the ex-Muslims. I'm thinking of those Muslims. And you so would where did I want to trap me into this deception. Sorry. Now I've lost it. And where do we come from? Alhamdulillah, Surah Yasin. Allah said. Yes, yes, yes. Surah Yasin. So Allah has said, you, you come from me. What is that? You come from me and you go to me. Oh God. Sorry, Suryasi. Oh God. Where's that ayat? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. What does it mean? And we will surely test you, but give good tidings and disaster, and those are upon. Where is it now? Where is it? To God is your return, all of you. Then He will inform you of what you had disputed. Okay. Those are upon. Just those are. So to God is your return. And how is your return to God? As a sinner also, you will be returning to God. To God is your return. It doesn't say you have come from me and you will return to me. To Allah is your return. Surah Yasin verse. It would not be reasonable in me if I did not serve him who created. So serve him who where's it, created me, and to whom you shall all be brought back. Why should I not serve the one who created me, and to whom all of you shall be sent back? And how many times is this is Surah Yasin, 36 years, 36 years of difference between me and someone. So 36 years of difference and 22. Surah Yasin, 20, verse 22. So return to God, a good returning. Quran.com. Sorry for that, I had forgotten a while back. So I had to go through a little bit to remind myself. And why should I not worship He who created me and to whom you will be returned? You. Can I find something here that helps me? And and what for me is not I worship Abadu, the one who Abadu, the one who Allazi created me, Fatarani, Fatarani created me. Khalq, what's Fatarani? Let me see various translations. Who originated me? Fatar. Because Fatir is the originator. Why should I not worship him who created me? Why should I not serve him who created me? Father Rani created me all the it's originate. It would not be reasonable in me if I did not serve him who created me. But it doesn't say Hulk. It says Father Rani. Also, so I have to go to Surah Fatir. And what do you say Fatir is? The originator, right? Oh God, all praise is due to Allah, creator of the um, originator, not creator. Fatir is originator. Okay, the translation here is right, word to word, Arabic ayat. So Surah Yasin, not creator. Surah Yasin, verse 22, who originated me. In other words, if one word is lost, the whole meaning could be, either dismiss, it could be lost. Or, so, what is it that's going back to Allah? That that uncreated Allah. What is it? Because you see, again and again, it's not lead misguidance हो गई मुसलमानों की ना misguidance has हो गई. How do I translate this in English? Because your body is not going to Allah. What comes from the earth goes to the earth, and what comes from which ayat is that? Where is it? Which surah? And what comes from the sky or the heaven goes to the heaven. Is from heaven, right? So you came from Allah. You are not created. Something has gone wrong here. Again, another whatever Allah grants to people of mercy, none can withhold it. Second, I just read the third. Whatever Allah grants, no, this is the second ayat. Or first ayat. Praise be to Allah who originated the heavens and the earth, who made the angels messengers and with wings, 2 or 3 or 4 pairs. He adds to creation as he pleases. Remember, he also adds to creation as he pleases. For Allah has power over all things, and nothing is subtracted from it, but addition has been made. He increases in the creation, khalqi. So, khalq is creation, yeah, what he's created. So, that word khalq, fatir, could be the originator, or where you have originated from, you go back to that your origin. Now, we're looking for the origin, right? We don't even have to go into philosophy books. If this Quran ayats had proper words translations to its words, and if it wasn't copy paste, we wouldn't be lost like this. Like you can see, I am right now. Not, thank God I didn't go to Qom for studies or a Shia religious, place city in Iran or Najaf. Otherwise, I would have studied it like a parrot. Hussein, वो हमसे फिर भी, all that. Oh my goodness. Do you see because if you knew where you originate, actually what you are, this spirit, what would happen to you if you had the knowledge of the Spirit? There'll be no sin. You go to India, or let's say you go to Qom even, or Najaf, or even Saudi Arabia, you go to the house of Allah. They tell you, someone tells you what the Spirit is, gives you evidence, tells you, look, instead of going around and like atheists here split, humanity split. it- Okay, so the Jews split from Muhammad, Allah and Muhammad. But this kind of conflict would not be in us, humanity. Like now, if you want to know the Spirit, what if, to even scientists, I tell scientists that evidence cannot be found of the Spirit with tools. Now, bachicos, if I tell the scientists, honest scientists, and I give the reason why evidence through tools and all this, you cannot find of the Spirit. Are they going to become atheists, or are they going to remain like agnostics? Hmm? एक बच्चे को like, you see, there's no like, you can't find it through tools, because this whole, what if I told you, and how do I know? Hmm. What if I've reasoned my mind like Newton did when the apple fell on his head? He found gravity. A person who believes that nothing is known or can be known of the existence or nature of God, right? Okay? Believes that nothing is known or can be known. Okay. What if I tell you it can be known? Then what will you remain? You're not you would, a scientist would not be an atheist nor maybe an agnostic, but not an atheist. You can't deny God, because the existence of God, if I explain to an atheist, reasonable man only, that this evidence cannot be found outside of you through tools, through any scientific method, because the whole, whatever exists, depends on this. So, what Imam Hussein said, maybe got it from the Greeks, I don't know, but then how can evidence of you be given, right? So, something which depends, the whole creation or manifestation, which depends on you for its existence. Imam Hussein's words, for its existence, may be taken from the Greeks. I'm saying it. So, something which depends on you for its existence, how can the evidence of it be given by what depends, what is dependent on it? Like if you go to the mind, parts, thoughts, it's disintegrated, it's fragmented. How can the evidence of something, wait a minute, now the atoms, you found existence because it depends on something. Mind, through the mind, through what you have found. So I have to work this out. So, how can the evidence be given of something which depends on you for its existence? How can the evidence of it be given? No. How can the evidence of you, the spirit, you? Wait a minute. What's Imam Hussein saying? How on God's existence, right? God's existence. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is, my siptine.com. Thank you. How can a thing, how can a thing, how can a thing, the existence of which is dependent on you, be taken, ah, be taken as a proof for your existence? Is there anything more evident? Manifest truth. You are the manifest truth. Is there anything more evident than yourself disclose you? Are you hidden to need a guide to find you? So we won't even need a guide to find. But surely you are not. And are you far away to need? No, there's no distance. Surely you are not. Blind may the eyes be which do not see you watching and guarding yourself. So who's that pure awareness? Uh, that witness of everything, that unmovable mover Aristotle said. So here we go again. How can a thing, the existence of which is dependent on you? So how can all these signs, these existing things, be a proof to God? Since, so I'm saying it in other words, the thing itself cannot give you the existence, right? And this is where the atheists have a block, have a blind eye. They just cannot accept it. That one true God, scientists are giving technology, this, that. We're getting such great technology now, you know. Advancement is happening at a very fast pace. And the God you are fighting for to protect the truth, justice, and his prophets, killing others. Okay, but this, anyways, back to that atheist. They just can't, uh, they can't accept it. So, not to go very far off in a religion, because atheists, I heard from Adam Seeker that day I was on a Sahil Bhai's stream, live stream, that atheists have done the most damage, killing, killing ever. And now these atheists have learned, atheists have done the most killing. Oops. Right? And so I will come to that proof again of atheists have killed more than any other religion. Unlike other US religious groups, most atheists and agnostics, atheism, not religion, is the real force. Christian Science Monitor, I don't know how far this is true, study you at least afraid of. Is it true that killing in the name of no God? Okay, this is Jerusalem. Maybe the Jews will give us. Because Christians, I don't believe in anymore much. Killing in the name of no God. I was yesterday after I checked, I Google searched. So atheists have done the most killing. I wonder. And here, Professor Richard Dawkins is also mentioned. Sorry, no copyrights infringement intended. Tross, Lenin, Trotsky, Stalin, and other Bolshevik leaders explicitly derived their ethics from atheism and materialism. Evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins, a prominent member of the New Atheism movement, argues that the atheism of the Bolsheviks had nothing to do with their brutality. The question, he writes, is not whether Hitler or Stalin were atheists, but whether atheism systematically influences people to do bad things. There is not the smallest evidence that it does. Soviet history shows this is patently false. The bourgeois falsely claim we have no ethics. Lenin explained in a 1920 speech, the bourgeois falsely, Lenin explained in the, okay. But what we reject, he said, is any ethics based on God's commandments or, okay, so this goes on. So you can read this. And the conclusion I haven't read, suffering people. So while the excesses of faith seem on the surface to contribute to the worst of atrocities, that doesn't mean that imagining a world without religion is the same as imagining a world at peace. Belief in God doesn't kill any more than its absence, and perhaps less. Indeed, such argumentation only distracts us from the urgent work of exploring the real sources of and solutions to human rivalry, conflict, and suffering. This is true. So it seems like a very neutral Princeton University Press. Gary Saul Morrison is the Lawrence B. Dumas Professor of the Arts and Humanities and Professor of Slavic. So yeah, what is the main thing is to see why human conflict is there, right? And to end suffering and all this human rivalry. Very, very good. Very well written, I must say. m.jpost.com, the Jerusalem Post. So this, and now where do we go? So where to end this human sufferance? So let's see if we can find now back to, yes, the Quran. So let's say if you have knowledge of this Fatir, originator, it does not mean the creator. So if our souls are going back to Allah, we must know the spirit and tell them, "Oh, so what this man has done has deprived you. So if Huey was alive or the policy's leaders were alive, gurus were there, they would have told you the knowledge of the spirit lies within yourself, right? And they could have easily given, the Jews would have said, say I am. And you know, this is the best name of God. Why is it? Because it is the most powerful I am who I am. I am that I am. This was communicated to Moses. This is the highest name ever. And we would have been better off than as Muslims. Because what you don't understand a single statement, you see, my grandmother told me read Surah Taha, but she doesn't know what is, and the secret, it's hidden. Isme Azam, the greatest name of Allah, is hidden. Isn't that surah? But she doesn't know what it is. It's hidden. So what is it, Surah Taha? Through the Jews I found out, I am that I am. Oh Musa. And then the polytheists will say, so Hindus. So mantra. And who said, know thyself? I am he, she, that. In Sanskrit, Vedic. You see? Soham, ultimate reality. So, Muslims, you want to fight about Prophet Muhammad, you want to kill Osakh Rasul, you know what you are doing. You are doing exactly what Prophet Muhammad wanted you to do. Kill all those who want to show you end human conflict, rivalry. We don't want much. We don't want to, like we are happy. थोड़ा है, थोड़े की ज़रूरत है, ज़िंदगी यहाँ फिर भी खूबसूरत है. Indian movie song. थोड़ा है, थोड़े की. Then havas will go, greed will go. ज़रूरत है. Your friend comes with a Mercedes because she had a golden spoon. She was born with a golden spoon in her mouth, but her head was cracked. You won't be jealous of her. There'll be no conflict in you, no havas, no jealousy, no comparison, no competition. But yet, it does not make you what you call that, that you don't go forward in life. You'll move forward in life, you'll progress, you could become the best lawyer. No one is asking you to, no, but that was, look, this is his life. If a monk who sold his Ferrari, see, a monk who sold his Ferrari, but you don't have to sell your Ferrari. That book, sorry, I'm not going to pick on him. You can be a monk, you cannot sell your Ferrari, or you can still, yeah, like that, right? So what am I now going to? You can have a you can be a monk and have a Ferrari, and dunya will say, oh, he's a monk. Acha, if you're a monk and you don't have a Ferrari, they'll say it's terrible. So whichever way you lose with the worldly people who gossip and so my father told me a story long time ago, like the camel, father, son. One village they went to, son and father were sitting on the camel, and the villager said, "Oh my God, that poor camel! Both the son and the father sitting on it. He's got no rest. The camel. He's got so much weight on him." So the father came down. Then they went to another village. The son was sitting on the camel. And so it went on like this. Every villager, different villages had their own opinions about this. Oh, this is so terrible. Uh, so, so the point here is please don't kill because you feel that someone has hurt your religious sentiments by questioning. We have not hurt your religious sentiments. We did not mean to hurt your religious sentiments. But can you we mean to bring out and expose the hypocrite so that what? For what? Not for like revenge or something, but to show you what you Muslims have lost. You are behind the Jews. You are behind polytheists. You are way, 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 way behind. And oh no, don't tell me like Taliban now, Okay, but tell Himalayas. Okay, Taliban don't want you to get educated, but can you see the Himalaya gurus? They're not going to tell you, uh, although they may have one reached realization with God, the yogis, the devotees, this and but they're not going to stop you from education or put a gun on you and have two wives, you know, like they shot at that little girl. Thank God one survived. What's her name? I've forgotten. Sorry. That, no. So the Europeans helped her, America helped her, and they said, oh. God knows these people. So please, what is the main thing? So let's go back here. What is the problem now? Problem is, do you see the problem? Uh, we can't move forward. There's no here the circumstances. Oh well, you can call them mothers, but and brothers in, but yes, brothers in faith and Muhajir, then the brotherhood of believers and Muhajirs. Never. I want to know what clever person, what he's done to the Muslims, that he's given us Satan's and his progeny. And now those who believe in those Sahabas who were for the polytheists actually, not for him. So they were actually for the polytheists. Abu Bakr, Umar bin, I know for sure. You know for sure. No, now nothing. A little bit, I know. Oh God. Yes, now I can see it in Ali Imran verse, right? That the Sahabas, they ran away in Battle of Uhud. So Battle of Badr took place first. And so they didn't want to fight in Uhud. So we were told these hypocrites didn't want to fight because they were on the side of the polytheists. So like that we were told in Shia Islam, right? Having done a complete research, allegedly, or how do you say it? Then the Brotherhood of Believers in Maj. Look, he's killed, and we can't see this. We're going round and round and round and round and round. No, but you see. And his wives are their mothers. And also this means that his wives are this what does this contain now? That no one can get married to his wives. And Aisha was the youngest. So after his death, or I don't know if he married a younger one, but younger one than Aisha, but that okay, Maria the Coptic, maybe she was quite young also, and she was younger than Aisha. So you see, you can't marry his. They become Z, and he can marry Zed's adopted, okay, ex-wife. But the Muslims can't help the Prophet's wives after his death. And he tells us, you know, we were told in order to help the widows whose husbands had died. And when he dies, I think the wives must be celebrating who knew what a tyrant he was. Safiya bint Huway, Jowaria. But anyway, so did you get my point? And so I have to go fast on many things. His wives are their mothers. Oh, I mean, you see? No. Oh, so he's the one, he's the helper of the orphans. Get married to. Slave girls, marry. Kill the father, marry. Kill their husband, marry. He's helping everyone. Oh, so before I go overboard now, my blood has boiled a lot. I will take a break and then continue when I have to. Thank you very much for being here at a very short notice, no notice at all at times. Thank you very much for the likes. God bless you all, and they give you a beautiful life, progressive in every way, spiritually, materially, every way, and keep you with your loved ones forever.